Hey guys, how's it going? I got a pretty cool video for you today. Not that the video is cool, because I mean there's nothing special about the video, but the item that we're going to be taking a look at, that's pretty cool. This is probably, without a doubt, my most favorite knife I've ever owned. Design-wise, and just it's just an awesome freaking knife. I never actually knew about this particular maker, Bastinelli knives. I never heard of them before. It's made by a guy in France. This is a mid-tech knife. It's kind of a step between a production and a full-on custom. And these things are extremely difficult to come by. You basically have to pick one up from the maker himself at a trade show, or try to find one secondhand on the forums or whatever other market there are secondhand. I didn't actually know about this maker until I came across a couple videos after Blade Show put up by Gavco, where he had purchased a Bastinelli Dragotech friction folder, which is the larger version of this. And I just really loved the design, and so I wanted one. Then I got lucky enough to find one on Blade HQ, because they had purchased a couple. I believe they purchased 3 from Bastinelli when they were at the Blade Show, and they put it up, and I was able to snatch this before anyone else did. So yeah, this is the Bastinelli Creations Leotac friction folder. This is a tiny knife. It's got a 2 1/4 inch blade, and right there you can see the coolest thing about this blade. Just a freaking awesome pattern that's on this thing. It's like a splatter pattern, and it's just incredible. I don't know exactly how he does it, but it appears that these darker gray areas are like a sandblast, and I can't tell if the silver areas are actually just the satin finish blade, or if there's some kind of coating, because it almost looks like it's been brushed on or rubbed on. It's, if you really see it close, there's some sort of brush marks, I'd say. Like a brush stroke of paint or whatever. So I don't know if this is some kind of coating, and then he blasts off the coating to create the darker spots. But either way, it's just freaking awesome. Definitely the nicest finish I've ever had on one of my blades. At first I thought this was acid washed before I actually got it, or acid etched, because it just appears to be acid etched. And I know that the larger models are in fact acid etched, but I think because this blade is so tiny, it would probably be difficult. Also, another awesome detail, I like saying awesome a lot, which is okay, is these like sculpting marks, sort of like scallops, that go all the way down the length of the blade on the top, and the length of the I don't know what you call this on the friction folder. Tang, maybe? I guess you can call it a tang. But that's a really nice detail that just makes the knife look incredible. It has a nice touch to it. You can tell that took a lot of time to grind these out. Then also the jimping is I believe these are hand filed, the jimping. I've seen him do a video on making some knives, and they had similar jimping to this, and he actually hand files the jimping grooves in here, which you can tell because each one is just a little bit different. It's difficult to show, but each one is just a little bit different. Not really focusing. Here you can see that one and that one. There's a little bit of a difference in size. This one is a little bit deeper, this one is not. So you can tell that those are definitely done by hand and have some variations in them as a result of being done by hand. Here you can see a better look at the scallops that are ground into the spine of the blade here. And I probably should look this up, but I don't know what this mark is. It's like a reverse V. If anyone knows what that is, let me know. I don't know if it's specific to the maker or not, because he also has his maker's mark on the reverse side, or on the forward side. Let me see if I can get you a close-up of this. This is pretty sweet. It's like a caped skeleton. It says Knives Bastinelli Creations. It's got his 3 like claw mark behind the skeleton dude. So just the detail on this thing is absolutely incredible. All the hardware is some kind of media blasted to match kind of the darker tones on this blade. And the handle has got a really nice pattern, G10 pattern into it. It's pretty neat. I like it. Provides a lot of traction. Another awesome detail is well, normally knives that I own don't have pin construction all around. You know, generally they're going to be mostly screws, but this is totally pinned, so I don't think you could really take this apart. But what he did is just look at the pins. They disappear. He ground the pins down to be contoured exactly with the G10 pattern, so there's no protrusion of the pins at all. You know, just look, they totally disappear. It's pretty sweet. You have your pivot adjustment here, which just basically makes the knife harder or easier to open. Locks up nicely. Obviously it's a friction folder, so it doesn't really lock up. You just have to keep pressure up on the tang. And just the overall design and shape of this knife is really cool. You know, the blade shape is nice. It's got sort of like a just sort of a slightly rounded blade edge with sort of like a sheep's foot type ramp up here. And I just like the lines on this thing. Really nice. You can even see up top on the spine the pattern continues, and also down here on the edge. That's another thing about this thing. You know, I've never seen a knife. I don't think this thing has a secondary bevel. I've never seen a knife with such a fine ground edge as this. But I have to tell you, it is extremely sharp. You know, however he sharpens these things, he does a freaking awesome job, because you can see the edge there is almost mirror. It's got a shine to it. It's just an awesome knife, man. So yeah, this thing's small. It's I believe about 5.5 inches open. There's nothing online about this knife. I can't find a single thing online about this knife except for what Blade HQ put up. I do know that it's 1.8 ounces, which is about 1/3 of an ounce or 1/2 of an ounce lighter than the Strider PT. So this thing is incredibly light. It has no pocket clip, so you're basically just going to be slipping this into your pocket and you have this nice paracord lanyard with these like I forget what they're called, globe knots, I think. You know, black. It's pretty nice. And also the shape of the thing closed is pretty sweet. It's almost like a cleaver, you know, shape, like a kitchen cleaver. And obviously you've seen this by now, but it's got a pretty awesome orange backspacer, which kind of just adds a wow factor aesthetically. It just really stands out and makes the thing even cooler. When it's closed, the tang here kind of comes to a point, and it's actually relatively sharp. That point is. So if you needed to jab someone in the side with this thing, it'd definitely do the job. The handle shape is real nice. It fits the hand well. It is a little short, so it's more like a 3-finger grip. You know, you could cram all 4 on there, I guess, but 3 is more comfortable. So again, this is the Bastinelli Leotac, Leotac friction folder. It's made by a guy named Bastinelli out of France, and it's just a really freaking awesome knife. Incredibly hard to come by, and definitely worth every penny. This thing was from Blade HQ. It was $2.99. Which I know is a little bit marked up. They're probably about $2.50 at the Blade Show. But you know, Blade HQ's got to make some money. They trekked down there and picked it up, so they got to mark it up a little bit. And I'm fine with that because I just really love this thing. So, oh, also, forgot to say, the blade is D2. So nice hard tool steel. Not that I'm going to ever be using this thing hard. Probably won't even use it at all, to be honest. And that blade finish is just way too nice to screw up. You don't want to mess that up. At least I don't want to. Alright guys, so I thank you for watching, and hope you enjoyed the video, enjoyed seeing this pretty freaking cool knife. And just thanks for watching. Stay tuned for some more videos to come.